So I've talked a bit about credit unions in general, what we're about, how we help people, what we're here to do in our communities. I just now want to talk specifically about our products and where we are at the moment in terms of the crisis and lockdown and what it's meant for us. So our core product suite, if you like, obviously our savings and loans. From a loans perspective, we have seen a little dip in applications. Obviously people aren't borrowing at the rate they would have been. There's a bit of uncertainty about what's going to happen job wise in the future, so people don't want to commit to big payments right now, which is understandable. And also we'd normally see quite a few loans for holidays and other sorts of plans like that, which this year obviously aren't as appropriate. We are still seeing loans coming in. Lots of them are for household supplies. We don't normally advocate that people borrow for those sort of basic essentials, but we do understand at the moment with, having to bulk buy in some places or having to make, a weekly trip to a supermarket or whatever, that sometimes it's important to have a bit more cash up front to make those payments. We've got a couple of key products that are proving really popular at the moment. First is our child benefit loan, where members arrange for their child benefit to be paid to us. We can then lend them up to £500. It's just a short-term loan, 6 to 12 months. They don't go through the normal credit check. We obviously run our affordability checks on bank accounts and things to make sure they can afford the repayments, but it can just be that sort of quick emergency cash in some cases that people need to get their hands on. Also, we launched at the beginning of the crisis a key worker loan, which has a special reduced rate. We felt as a credit union and that our members would want to support those people who are staying at work in order to keep the rest of us safe from the virus. So we launched a much reduced rate there specifically for people who are listed as key workers on the government website. So just onto savings then. That's a real huge message at the moment. Everybody is just to save what you can, put it away for a rainy day, whatever it is to come. We don't know what's to come, so we just desperately want people to make sure that they are protected from any future shocks as best as they can be. If there's any spare cash now, put it aside, make sure you're saving. We've got we've got a range of accounts, instant access accounts and things like that, but two of our most popular are our Prize Saver, which is a government-run scheme launched by the Treasury at the end of last year, where for every £1 in your savings account you have one entry into the next month's prize draw to win cash. I think it's up to a maximum of £200. There's one £5,000 and 20 £20 prizes up for grabs, and we had a winner in January from the December draw, and we had two winners in May, all at £20 each. So it's definitely worth being part of. There's only 15 credit unions in the country that are part of the scheme, so it does make the odds a little bit more favourable. We also have our Christmas Saver, which has always been popular with members. You can save up to £200 a month, and then we pay 1% gross at the end of October. So rather than just being available to receive the dividend, they actually get a guaranteed 1% payout, and the payout at the end of October comes just at the right sort of time for spending on Christmas presents and making sure you've got all your Christmas shopping up and ready to go. So those are our core kind of bread and butter, if you like. We do have another few strings to our bow and things that members are finding really useful. So the first of those is our managed accounts. So this, we're quite conscious that not everybody has the same financial sophistication as others, and perhaps struggle to maintain control of the family budget. And the managed account really is to help those people. So they arrange to have their salary benefits paid to us. We then pay their priority bills, like their rent or council tax or whatever it may be, and then the balance is returned to the member on their debit card. Particularly useful for perhaps where people have moved to universal credit and now are trying to cope with a monthly payout rather than having each weekly amount. It's just making it a bit easier for them to budget. And then finally, the Westcountry Mastercard debit card, which we launched last year, has all the features of a normal Mastercard. So you've got contactless, chip and pin, all those sorts of things. You can shop online and in store. It's great for our members because those who want top-up loans, they now no longer have to wait for the approved loan to be added to a prepaid card. It can literally just go straight into their normal loan app, and the funds are available on the card to spend straight away. They can also set up recurring payments on there, which you can't do from other accounts. So if you haven't got a bank account and you need to set up direct debits for things like your TV licence, then it can be done using the Mastercard.